So what's going on, Gas Gang? Today we are back with a long overdue video on the ultimate daily. Yes, the daddy wagon, the BMW 335D X-Drive. Today we're down at MV Motorsport, and that's right, we're getting more power. Guys, stay tuned for this one. It's gonna be sick. Let's get it. Welcome to Officially Gas. Let's get it. For the best in universal premium ester-containing engine oils and fuel additives for both petrol and diesel engines, check the links in the description. So yes guys, as the intro said, today we are down at MV Motorsport, and I know there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of suggestions where I should be bringing my car to get it tuned, but for me, with this car at least, there was only ever going to be one place I was going to bring it. In fact, before I bought this car, I knew where I was going to bring it, and that was to my friend down here, MV Motorsport Mabs. He's a wealth of knowledge, someone whose knowledge I actually respect, and he's done some amazing builds with these 335Ds. He knows what he's talking about, and he's good people. So what I won't do, as you see, it is absolutely, it's a beautiful day in England. It's summer right now, it's summer. And yeah, I'm soaking wet. So what I'm not gonna do is talk too much out here. Let's get in there to MV Motorsport, have a chat with Mabs, and tell you exactly what is going on with the new daddy wagon, the 335D, the ultimate daily. And yeah, man, how are we gonna send it? So yeah, stay tuned and let's get it. Mabs,
what's
from
going
MV
on,
Motorsport. Do you know what? It's good to finally be here and link up.
It's your first time, right?
It's my first time.
Oh, wow.
And the craziest thing is we've had so many interactions on and off camera, and you've been part of the channel to an extent. Do you know what the thing is? I'm speaking like everyone knows who you are already. There'll be people who don't know anything about MV Motorsport and yourself.
Yeah, we've been going 15 years. German vehicle specialist based in the Midlands. Obviously, we've got in-house dyno, custom tuning, parts, development. We also have a sister company, which is MV Forge. So lightweight forge, monoblock wheels. We do a two-piece version, and we've got a very spicy wheel coming through. Okay. Which I'm gonna show you off camera.
Okay, exclusives, yeah?
But yeah, that's what we do, German specialist. So usually BMW and VAG and Merc is our forte, and we only work on the cars that we know. And the 335D is probably the most common car.
Yeah, okay, cool. I have seen a few of your videos on your YouTube channel, you know, doing some bits to the 335s. We've obviously got my daddy wagon, my ultimate daily here with you today. Yeah. And I mean, for the most part, you know, this is the start of a big journey, because although we're not doing everything today, we're still giving it a bit of power, but you know, ultimately the car is going to become a beast. Yeah, definitely. At your hands.
The 335D is so underrated. I mean, it does a 0 to 60. Did you time it?
I have, but do you know what? Yeah, I can't remember. I'll put it on screen right now. What it done stock.
Yeah. So you're aiming for like mid 3 seconds, 0 to 60.
Well, you reckon it'll run that quick?
Yeah, quarter miles in like 11 seconds, and that is crazy for a diesel car.
It's mad.
Especially it weighs a lot. It weighs a lot. So I think your biggest jump is going to be your stage 1 tuning, which is what we're going to do today. All
right. So as far as modifications today, should we give them a little bit of? In fact, we'll show them in a sec, but just kind of.
So stage 1 tuning with custom gearbox tuning, you have to kind of do the gearbox tuning on the 335. There's a torque limiter in 1st and 3rd gear, and 5th gear, I believe. So lifting that limiter is key to kind of any tuning on the ECU. But we'll go through the process. You'll be able to see what we do and how we do it. And we've got some supporting mods as well that we're going to chuck on. Okay, cool. All right, bro. Let's get into it. Let's get it. Nice one. So let's show them what is going on the car. So we have some hardware here, some supporting modifications. And these are kind of my bare necessities for any 335D tuning. Only because we've just taken your intercooler out, and you can see it's tiny, right? It is a little bit small, a little bit dirty, a little bit plasticky. Yeah. So it's a plastic intercooler with aluminium core, and it's kind of squashed on with the O-rings. This is the same intercooler that fits on the 1.6 petrols. That's mad. That's mad, isn't it? Something that comes with like 120 odd brake horsepower. They use in a 335D with 308 brake. So they just, throughout the whole range, they just slap these on? Yes. Well, that's already, you can tell that already there's, I mean, look, we can still get gains with the stock intercooler, but you just lose the consistency, because after one run, intake temperatures rise, and it's struggles to recover basically.
Okay.
And that's where our intercooler comes in.
Yeah,
it's
boy.
a tube and fin intercooler, step design.
Okay.
It's the largest intercooler you can fit in the OEM location.
Okay.
Obviously, if you go for a custom intercooler, you could probably go more with the front base removed.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely it's cast aluminium end tanks, tube and fin construction. So it's got really good recovery times and it's perfect for like high boost settings.
Okay.
So we run like 2.3, 2.4 bar of boost through a diesel.
Okay.
And this is the perfect intercooler for
And this is the one. This is the one. And I can tell straight away, and hopefully the people, I'm sure they can, but the I don't know, what you call the area, the volume, the size of this is far superior.
Yeah, it's
right?
125% larger than the OEM one.
125%.
And it's, you know, it's in comparison to the other ones on the market, this is the lightest version you can get. The other ones are bar and plate and they're a bit heavier.
Okay.
So kind of reducing weight is always going to be a key.
Got ya.
Also at the same time, we're fitting a panel filter. Now, obviously there's no huge gains with panel filter.
So I was going to say that. In fact, we have been speaking off camera, and
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that you can get, like, is it even worth doing?
It definitely is if your car hasn't been serviced recently.
Okay.
So if it's got a fresh panel filter, it's always going to flow optimal. But the standard paper filter kind of blocks up quite easy.
Okay.
So you get reduced airflow and that reduces overall power.
Got
so
you.
we're going to stick one of these in, stick the intercooler in,
Yep.
get some baselines, make sure the car's healthy,
Yes.
and then start our custom tuning it. So yes, gearbox tuning, we use XHP's stage 3 base file and then we custom calibrate to our needs. So like torque limiters, rev limiters, especially on the diesels, because you can't rev them that high because of the gearbox limiter. So we do use our Pro package with the XHP, which allows us to program custom gearbox software.
Okay. Like, this is why I've been wanting to do something with you for a long time, because everything going on today, including the ECU tune, is custom.
Yes, yes.
And I know through kind of just knowing, there's only a few people in the UK who are actually tuners.
Yeah, yeah.
Who actually do the tuning
Yeah,
wizardry, if that makes sense. And I know you're one of them.
Yeah.
So for me, it's going to be a great insight into to you know, the tuners' kind of mindset and what actually goes on.
In the industry of tuning, right, you know what the industry is becoming.
In fact, let me quickly just say also, that's not to say that I don't work with other tuners, because the people who I work with actually tune their cars
they
too,
do.
like, you know what I mean?
To be fair, every tuner in the UK, every tuner, calibrator, engine calibrator knows each other. So like, I could pick up the phone to your tuner and you know, have a conversation. We speak the same language, and I think the industry's gone a certain way where people claim to do something and they don't do it, and I think that's what the industry is
copy and paste maps.
A lot of that. So for us, we only work on cars that I've owned and developed on myself. So throughout the VAG range, throughout the BMW range, and the Merc range, I've actually owned these cars and developed on these cars hours on the dyno before I've allowed any customer to drive with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's important.
Cool. All right then, bro. Well, listen, I'm here for more power and more torque. I need to start talking about torque, innit? Because torque is what diesel heads care about.
That's true, yeah.
So, bro, give me more torque.
Definitely, 100%. I think you've got limiting factors. Your DPF has a limiting factor. It's got an exhaust gas temperature limiter. So that in itself, we're not going to manipulate in the ECU. So we'll tune up until that level and see what it produces. You've also got a catalyzer in these, which is kind of midway in the exhaust system. Again, increasing back pressure, which kind of reduces overall power. But obviously, we're taking this slow, aren't we? So today's stage 1, maybe stage 2, stage 3, stage 4.
Yeah.
Maybe some nitrous.
Yeah. 2,000 brake horsepower. Let's go!
We was in the heights, OG tried to sell me Cartiers. With my crown, we some kings like a card in solitaire. Sticking to the script, that's what got us here. If you in the way, we stepping down like a barber chair. We was all downstairs, Molly vibes till the smoke was clear. Nephew came in, told him, boy, yo, go upstairs. Listen for the kids, yeah, cover ears. Had to put in order all of my fears. Now,
also, guys, something that's, do you know what, I'm going to brave the rain. Also, something that's really cool. We got E46 estate here, yeah? Just sitting here looking all normal. Why would you think otherwise? It's a normal looking E46 estate. However, right, before Mams comes and sees me, I'm going to show you what's under the bonnet here, because it is absolutely insane. Guys, there's a B58 under there. Head over to MV Motorsports channel and yeah, you can see more of what's going on under that bonnet, because yeah, it's a madness. Mabs, right, cool. Car strapped down on the dyno, ready to rock and roll. Bro, it's a four-wheel drive car. This is
well, you say it's a four-wheel drive, it's an X-drive. So BMW X-drive is actually semi-four-wheel drive. It only runs the front wheels when the rears slip. So we have to force a dyno mode on there.
It's like a Haldex in reverse?
Typically, yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can't actually run all the power through the front wheels. And if you don't put it on a dyno that's synchronized with a belt, then you can actually blow your transfer case. So
interesting.
We always run them rear-wheel drive anyway. So.
Okay, cool. But obviously running it in rear-wheel drive mode only, how's that going to affect the power?
So in terms of power, our dyno actually measures parasitic loss.
There we go. I was waiting for the word parasitic loss.
Yeah, so there's no guesswork here. There's no calculators coming out. The OG calculator is in the bin. We are going to measure this true to the best of our ability.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we're saying 700 brake, 800 brake. Huh? Bro, remember the parasitic loss though, yeah? All right, Mabs, so we have just run her up, and to our surprise, she is the healthiest 335D you have ever experienced here at MV Motorsport. Am I correct?
Definitely. Obviously, the intercooler and the panel filter makes a difference. A brand new panel filter helps it flow better. Intercooler keeps charge temps cool. 17 degrees inside here today, so that's good figures. 315 brake and 614 Newton meters of torque. I was a bit worried. I thought it might have had a flash on there because the counters are up. So I've taken the ECU out, backed it up, and then we're going to start our programming.
But what you are saying is it is a stock car.
I think so, yes.
There you go. Alright guys, so we made a hell of a lot of power for a stage 1. This is MVM special right here. Thank you so much. It literally is though, right? We made 397 brake horsepower.
82 brake horsepower peak on top of the baselines, 397 brake horsepower and 805 Newton meters of torque.
Now that's a crazy amount of power for a stage 1, but the torque number is even more impressive.
Yeah, that's why we worked on the top end first, and then the low turbo, and then works in the middle, trying to get a nice crossover, because on these cars it can just overboost massively, so make it as smooth as possible, so intake temperatures stay low, and obviously you've got the intercooler and the panel filter helping as well, so yeah, absolute savage. Like, that's probably the highest stage 1 we've ever done.
That's insane, right? So it cut, like, bro, people are going to think this is just fabricated. Because
we always talk about dynos, don't we?
I know.
Yeah, this is, we target like 380, 385 brake horsepower, and that's with a 700-degree cap on the exhaust gas temperatures. Obviously, we raised it a little just to see how it responds to your car, and back pressure's good, and everything else seems fine. And it will go into component protection, so it's all safe, and it's all well, so yeah, savage.
Savage.
You won't realise how quick that car is.
Because for a stage 1, for me in my head, I'm thinking, all right, we're going to get a little bit more spice, but you're saying I'm going to be pleasantly surprised.
Almost 200 Newton meters, mate. Like, you don't get that from any sort of tuning on any other platform, so
wicked.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Wicked. Well, listen, I know I made the right decision by bringing it down to Mabs MVM, and also, like, I mean, people are going to want to know now, like, how far we're going to push the car. And I don't want to say too much. Because we give it away, but the journey's going to be worth watching for sure, right?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's enough content out there for the 335D engines, and I think you documenting every step of the way to your goal, which I don't know if you've released.
We might say, but it's going to be north of 500.
North of 500, yeah. To your goal, I think it's going to be interesting, so. Yeah, like I said, that's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and it's only going to get quicker.
Yeah. Well, bro, listen, thank you so much for taking the time out to tune the car and talk us through. I know you're a wealth of knowledge, and I've said that a few times, and I know you could over-talk passionately about tuning today and what we've done. I've had to kind of cap you, bro. You're capping the car, I'm capping you. But where can people find you if they wanted similar treatment, if they wanted to get to know a little bit more about?
I mean, obviously our website, mvmotorsport.com, that's got all our kind of details and documented builds that we do. We've got a YouTube channel, so we
again, we document everything on the YouTube, latest projects, customers' vehicles, kind of daily vlogs and stuff like that. But yeah, Instagram, drop us a DM, click the link in our bio, and yeah, get your car books in.
Cool. And it's not only diesels you do, just to clarify that.
No, so yeah, if you kind of head over to our YouTube channel, you'll see the kind of broad range of vehicles that we specialise in, and we don't do every other car out there.
Yeah.
So we are German specialists, but there is certain cars that we're really good at, and we stick to that.
I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And yeah, we will definitely be back with the results and not only how this kind of feels on the road, but what numbers it actually puts down. Because you know me, testing every step of the way to give you guys clarity on, you know, what modifications and levels of tune actually does to your car real world. So yeah, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Obviously check the links in the description for Mabs' Instagram and YouTube. And yeah, man, we will be back with more 335D content very soon. Peace out.